Ellen McCauley of Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. The number one issue that people have in this group is they're not committed to a healthy lifestyle. You might be committed to coming every week, and you're really good at that, and I'm grateful for that. But you're not committed to changing up your diet, changing up your exercises. You're not committed to actually looking at January 16th and saying, okay, we're going to end in June, and Ellen gave me the date here, and what is it, everybody?
26.
26. Ellen gave me that date. What can I do between now and June 26? Well, I always say, don't say 50 pounds, because that's ridiculous. If you lose 50 pounds, that's incredible. But start with 10. Then if you lose 20, you really exceeded your goal. You doubled it. Who here, now there are people who are on maintenance. So if you're new and you see people and say, why are they here? Because maybe they've lost their 50 pounds and they're here to maintain it. But who here would, and I'm not going to call on you, would want to lose 10 pounds by June 26th? I would say it's quite a few people. Okay. Who here believes that they will lose 10 pounds by June 26th? Now that's not as many hands. So that is what we have to change. The desire to the belief. And the way we can do that is to commit. Commitment means that we've made a decision. Well, I think most of us has made a decision that we love God. I think if you're in a Catholic weight loss group, I don't think anyone's an atheist in the room. I mean, maybe you don't go to church every Sunday, but I don't always think that's the most important thing. I like it, and I think it's important for me. But you believe in Jesus. So we made a commitment to Jesus. But then do we cheat on our husband, and do we steal from the price shopper? And no, we're committed to the tenets of that faith. So we've made a commitment to come every week. So the tenets of coming every week is reading the packet. Nobody reads the packet. Nobody. And you're out there going, I do. All right. Maybe 2 people do. All right, 4 people. I'll give you 10 people. All right. But you read the packet, you watch the videos again, and you say, what can I do? Everyone's different. Maybe you need to let go of bread, and maybe this one needs to exercise more. What do I need to do? Because what happens is people are committed for week 1. Oh, I'm committed. I'm committed. I'm going to eat less. I'm going to move more, and I'm going to pray, and I'm going to lose weight. Oh, wait a minute. There's that wedding and party. I'll do it next week. Oh, I'm committed. I'm committed. Oh, wait a minute. We have to be committed even through the weddings, the parties, the St. Patrick's Day, the Valentine's Days, etc., okay? Commitment means that we will follow through with the consequences of any decisions that we've made, even though it's difficult. Commitment has no room for complacency or self-indulgence. We can either be committed to our weight loss journey or lukewarm. So I have a rate your commitment to weight loss here, because weight loss and keeping it off is a lifetime endeavor. Even if you have 10 pounds to lose, you have to spend the rest of your life keeping those 10 pounds off. Maybe it's easy for you, but I doubt it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. If it was easy for you, you'd be wearing a bikini down in the Bahamas. Also, here's the choices. I'm not very committed. I'm somewhat committed. I'm very committed. I'm passionately committed. I'm zealously committed. Now, what's interesting is all of these things you can be multiple things. Like on Thursday night, you are passionately committed. You walk out of here and you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to win awards. Ellen's going to get so sick of giving me awards and presents. Everyone's going to be jealous of me. I'm going to be the best Pray It Offer. And then next week you're like, what? I gained 2 pounds? And then you're not very committed. But then you go, well, it was a good meeting. Now I'm somewhat committed. Here's what we need to do. Let's just vary in the let's just try to stay in the very committed range. Maybe one day we're not as committed, but the next day we're right back there. We need to realize that without that commitment, we will never reach our goal. If you didn't raise your hand, so many people, I want to lose 10 pounds. Oh, do you think you can? That's the number one thing, believing you can. Also, I've included a 7-day DASH diet meal plan here, especially for the new people. Now, you might not follow this plan, but I want you to see what it means to cut back, to eat less. This is for people especially with high blood pressure. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hands, but there's people in this room with high cholesterol, with diabetes, with high blood pressure. What you don't realize, and I'm not trying to scare anyone, there are people in this room that may have a genetic predisposition for heart disease, perhaps extra plaque in the heart that you don't even realize you have. But eating a heart-healthy diet and moving more can make sure you don't have trouble down the road. Many people who get diabetes get it because there's a family predisposition. We are a product of everybody who's ever been in our family lineage. So this DASH diet, which stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, is by far the number one diet picked by every doctor in America as the most successful one for time, to do it over time. So for 2 weeks you can be in phase 1, for 2 weeks you can be in phase 2 and see what you like it. Now, please don't go, I don't like eggs, I don't like this. Just listen to me and then try different. I thought I didn't like sauerkraut. I thought it had too much sodium. But you can buy sauerkraut that doesn't have, you can home make it that doesn't have too much sauerkraut, and it's delicious. Also, hard-boiled eggs. We boil hard-boiled eggs, a dozen eggs on Sunday. I always have them. You need a hit of protein, hard-boiled egg. There you go. And look what it says. Store in a zipper bag in your refrigerator. You have them when you need them for super quick breakfasts. Then it says 1 or 2 slices of Canadian bacon. See, there's bacon. It doesn't say that greasy, hard kind. It's the Canadian. 6 ounces of the low-sodium tomato juice, which really tastes like poison. Some people like it. I don't. But you notice what there isn't for the breakfast? What don't we see?
Toast.
Toast. English muffin. Bagel. I don't see any of those there. You know why? Because you're not going to lose weight eating them. All right, mid-morning snack, light cheese, baby carrots, tuna salad, cherry tomatoes, Jell-O cups, sugar-free. You can have light yogurt, before dinner snack. I mean, if you need all these snacks, I think if you're snacking on carrot sticks, that's fine. But you can have chicken. You can have turkey Swiss roll-ups, but just roll the turkey and Swiss with no bread. So this gives you all kinds of ideas. You can have, one of the things Bob and I bought was this high-protein Quaker oatmeal, and we cut up a little strawberries and blueberries on it for breakfast, and it's delicious, and it's high protein. You need the protein, and we'll talk more about that. Also, then it just goes through it. But, you know, you don't see lasagna on here. Do you see lasagna, anyone? You know why lasagna is not a diet food? Do you see pizza? Anyone see pizza on there? We have to make sacrifices to get to our goal. Now, I'm not saying between now and June 26th you can never have pizza, but if you're having it 3 times a week, it's a addiction. And some people are addicted to pizza, believe it or not. So take a real good look at this and decide if this is how your food log looks. I'm going to take you all the way back to the back of the food log now, and I'm going to talk about steps. Now, in 2015, I was walking on concrete, and I tore my meniscus in my knee, and it scared the crap out of me because I didn't want knee surgery, and it got better. But I ended up not doing a lot of walking outside on concrete because I was afraid. So I said to Bob over the break, I said, let's walk around the neighborhood, which is concrete, and see how I feel. And there's a lot of hills. Well, I did it, and it felt great. So I highly recommend. Now, I was getting my 10,000 steps from marching in place, from walking in place, from walking inside. But I highly recommend that you try to get your steps up to that $10,000 steps a day. And you know, nobody's poor in this room. If you're really poor, I can give you a cheap pedometer, but get a Fitbit, get an Apple Watch. Really, it's perfect to keep track of it. Walking 10,000 steps a day improves your mood and brain function. And you know, those plow drivers, my roads are black. There's not even any ice on it. So, in that fresh air, Bob and I are out there, and it feels so good, and you're getting the vitamin D. It helps with depression and anxiety, especially in the winter. It helps with better mobility. It helps you to lose weight healthy. And our goal, one time around our neighborhood is 1 mile, and 5 times is our goal, to do it 5 times. Now, that's a time commitment as well, because we're doing 1 time around in like 20 minutes now. So it's good to maybe do it once in the morning and once at night. We're retired now, but we're still pretty busy. Also, the bottom line is, if you're going to go travel and go see the Holy Land, or if you're going to go to Ireland, do you want to be in a wheelchair? You want someone wheeling you around, or on a scooter? Or do you want to be walking around seeing these sites? So let's try to work it up. Now, if you have a bad knee, I'm not talking about people who physically cannot do it. But if there's nothing wrong with you, you should be walking, okay? So I'm going to stop right there, Bobby, and I'm going to play this week's song.